Welcome everyone to the grand opening of the BiCo SMP Town Hall. Alexa couldn't be here, so here is Mr. Moss in his place. Oh, I killed Mr. Moss. Um, didn't mean to do
That's
that.
wild.
We'll fix him up later. So I'm gonna. Ooh, it's been opened. Yay!
Whoa!
Okay, so
Hooray!
it's
This is
very
an axolotl
explained
interior
in here
I've ever
so
seen
far.
one.
So you're probably wondering what this barrel is. So this barrel contains a list of everything that we need built around the server. Each book has information about where it needs to be, what its purpose is. So if you want to build something, you can do that. And later down the track, when we have the first thing, the tax office set up, we can get you paid to do that. So you want some
Woo!
diamonds, go and build stuff around the server. That's incentive.
Yep, that's a
Second order of
classic.
business. We have this building here, which also doesn't have an interior. In case you can't tell, I don't like doing interiors. There's a tripwire hook here. Okay, I guarantee that was Twash. Um, so this is where this is going to be the shop registry. What? Okay, this is going to be the shop registry. When we start building shops, this is where you're going to have to register them, and that's where the taxes are going to start. If you don't register your shop, it could be taken down. So be careful with that. This is honestly a perfect interior. I might just leave it like this.
Hold on. So if we come up with ideas, say like I'm thinking of something that the server really needs, like a nether hub, which I
Yeah.
noticed was not on your list there, would we then need to would we be able to submit that as a suggestion for something? Because like I know nether hub is probably something that you just forgot about, and there'll be other things
Yeah.
as well.
That was more stuff like around the spawn area.
Oh, right, yeah.
But yeah, that probably will be added at some point.
All right, okay. So
All right.
I
Alright.
guess go claim things to build, I guess.
Well, before we do that, Zach, you were talking to me yesterday. Well, I don't even. Is it yesterday for you? I don't know. You were
Yeah.
talking with me about something, and I was going to say you can talk about that now. So do it. I'll shoot
Alright.
you.
Yeah, okay. One sec. So I propose that since we're creating like all these town hall stuff and yeah, I don't know, taxes and stuff, we should probably have a president and a vice president to make sure everything's in order. So yeah, we're gonna have an election.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to BiCo SMP Season 2, Episode 4. And yeah, as you saw from that intro, we have this system going on, and I personally think it's a great idea. I've been sort of thinking through all of the options we have here, as you saw there, and I'm not quite sure which one I'd take up. I'm definitely thinking of avoiding Trading Hall for now, because personally, I'd like to do a bit more of just building stuff rather than moving villagers, because I know that actually building a trading hall takes a bit of time, and then getting the villagers over is the rest of the time. So I want to avoid it for that reason. But the other options are pretty interesting. I was looking at the end portal thing, and I was thinking maybe I could do that. I would have to come up with ideas, and the thing I hate the most is having to plan. And of course, if I have to plan, then I'm not gonna like that. But it will be a necessary evil for me, and I will probably do a lot better if I do plan it, because going off with a random idea and doing it and it looks terrible would be pretty bad. So yeah. Aside from that, I haven't really done much in between episodes, and that's mainly because the episode went out yesterday and I was sort of like, okay, I just need to have some downtime, just chill out, do something before I start thinking about what to do next, because working on a episode by episode basis rather than having a big plan that I have to follow makes it a little easier. But of course, making a video, even though I do take my time doing it, it still ends up being pretty exhausting, so I need that break afterwards. But regardless of that, I've got an idea of what we're going to be doing this episode, and I kind of wanted to move a little bit away from my main base idea or my industrial district for now. we may return to it later in the episode, but I want to do some of this community work. I am probably going to look at some of the roads in this starter area because this is our starter area. I might look at doing a little build, maybe doing a bit of terraforming around here just for Alexa so that they don't have to do this. And maybe coming up with some other things that, of course, I haven't thought of yet, by the way. I hope that's pretty obvious, but hopefully we'll be doing some building this episode instead of building redstone farms that are ugly so that you guys actually watch my videos. Anyway, after much pondering and deliberating, I have decided that I am just going to take the end portal 1. I did some testing. I have some plans. I think it's going to look pretty cool. So yeah, I think there's nothing else to say. I'm going to head over there and we can start clearing out some space and starting to make the place look a lot better. So yeah, this is the end portal, and as you can tell, it's very high tech. This is our way. I'm going to try and not get too close because every time I go in the portal, it will take me to my base, which I then need to fly over, and that's annoying. So if I try to look up, that's our current way of getting in. You literally fall in. If you don't have feather falling, you take like 1 million fall damage, and in some cases you can even die. So we need to make this place look a lot better. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tear out all of these walls, all of the roof, all of the floor, and we're basically going to have the end portal sort of on its own for a moment because I need to do some resource gathering so I can make this place look a lot better. And funny thing is, some of the resources are in the end, so I will need to head back to the end at some point. Right, this is the first part of the room that I've cleared out. It's looking pretty good. This is the middle of the time lapse. And I would say that we're definitely getting somewhere with it. I think maybe I want to extend the wall here back a bit further, the walls on either side back a bit further, and maybe move the ceiling up a bit more, because if I want to build any structures or like give it a bit more like sense of detail, it might be a bit of a struggle here, but I think that's good. So now all I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to move the floor downwards, so a bit further down, so that I can start fitting stuff in. By the way this is going to look is I'm basically going to have some end islands, or like an end island where this is all centered on, so that's going to look really interesting. So a bit more clearing out done there, as you saw. In fact, I've missed a little bit here. But just before I go ahead and start putting stuff in or start building the walls out, I think I'm actually going to try and do the end island part of the build first, just so that when I come to putting the walls in, I know if I need to dig more space. And that's just so that, you know, just so it's safe. So I think what I'm actually going to have to do is once I've cleared out these 9 iron bars, I'm going to clear my inventory and I'm going to be entering the end. And it's going to be a very direct process of going in because it's just flying through that. And hopefully I don't experience kinetic energy and die when doing that, because that would be unfortunate. As you can see, the island is done. This is sort of how I want to leave it for now. And the only thing to do, I think, is to start filling in these walls. Now, I think I'm going to do the floor first, then I'm going to light it up because the floor needs to be lit. And of course, I can't put torches on black concrete because that's going to ruin the effect. I'm thinking of using glow lichen, but that's a pain to gather, so I'll probably use it anyway. We can do the floor on the ceiling, and then I think I just want to nudge this wall out another block, this wall out another block. I think the maybe this wall, so the back 3 walls out another block or so, and maybe that wall. So in the end, it should all be done. And yeah, it's taking a lot of effort to do this, but I mean, we've still got this. Oh yeah, I also dug out this shaft, and we're going to be having black concrete about up half of it, and then I think end bricks up the other half. So yeah, it should look pretty good. But in order to do all of that, and I've fallen down, I need to go gather a bunch of ink sacks so I can make black dye, and then I need to gather up a bunch of gravel and sand so I can make the concrete, and then put it all in. So this is going to be an ordeal. But I'll just do that outside of a time lapse, and I'll just show you the work on camera because we've already had a bit of time lapse in this episode so far. The first bit of concrete has gone in. I've actually already gone out and gathered up a bunch more, and I've already converted it. It's looking pretty good. I'll show you the bottom section here. But I do think the walls definitely need to be like 1 block further out. So if I was to like replace this mossy cobblestone here, like along here with walls, I think it would definitely work a lot better than if it was in currently. Because the way it is here, this is a lot. I think it gives it enough space to where it feels like it's in suspension rather than being a bit cramped. So I'm going to get on with finishing lowering up the roof. And before I lag out, yeah, I'll try to get the roof done, but apparently I'm just going to have the infinite fireworks due to lag glitch again. So I've used about 13 stacks of black concrete here, and that's done most of the rest of the ceiling, this wall, and most of this wall. So I reckon we're probably looking at maybe a total of 16 stacks for the rest. So that would be about like 4 stacks of black concrete, 4 stacks of sand, and like a stack of dye, or like 2 stacks of dye. And the problem with that is that black dye only comes from squid, and squid are really annoying. So I might have to grind a lot for those, even more than the sand and the gravel, to be honest, because sand and gravel are a grind, but they don't take long. But killing squid requires you going hunting them, and that can be very annoying. But anyway, I'm gonna have to get a bit more of that, and then we should be done. About a stack and a half of concrete later, I decided not to convert it automatically into concrete powder, and the walls are done. It's all done. It looks amazing, if I'm going to be very unhumble about it. I think the effect here, once I've gotten rid of all of the torches, is gonna look brilliant. And I've also got to build a structure up there to stop natural light getting in, because I think that's sort of ruining the effect as well. It's gonna look amazing once we've got everything in. Now, there is one more resource I need to get, one more thing I need to grind, and that is glow lichen, and that's just to light up the floor here. I don't think many people will look at the floor, but I just want to make sure it's mob proof so that no mobs spawn. And glow lichen, that is not fun to gather. So I'm going to see how much there is spare lying around the server, and then I'll probably get some myself if there isn't any. Right, it's done. It's done. All of the walls are filled in, and I cannot tell you where the edge is. It looks amazing. I love the void effect. And I realized something absolutely ridiculous when I was lighting up the area. This kind of breaks the effect, and I think I might get rid of it. And I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to need to light it up. I don't need to light it up. We're in a mushroom biome. I don't need to do any of this. What am I thinking? I can leave it pitch black and nothing will matter, because we're in a mushroom biome, so nothing will spawn. I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute buffoon. Anyway, I'm going to clear out of this glow lichen, add it to the island here. I think it would look a lot better on here. And then we shall be done with this project, and we can move on to other things with our life. And I don't know what I'm going to do, so I might have a little bit of time to look at things to inspire me. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I need purple blocks for the build, so I'm currently smelting up some chorus fruit, and this is like watching paint dry. So it's finished. Here is the final build. It's a little small. I didn't figure there'd be any reason to build a massive thing for the end shack, so it is sort of an end shack, and it's pretty simple what you do. You walk in, you go down there, you look at the carpet, you fall all the way down. Nothing happens because there's powdered snow under the carpet, and you can head straight into the end. And you really, I mean, when I was testing this in my testing world, it did feel like the walls were a little close, so you could almost see them. But with the distance I have them here, you really can't see edges. So unless you have your brightness on full, this is a very mesmerizing effect. So this is this place done. And through a little detour, we can head back to my base. During my pontificating for what to do next, I went to a nether fortress and I got myself some withered skeleton skulls, because I figured, you know what? I just need to kill a wither, and then I can get a beacon, and then I can do a bunch of cool things. So I'm going to go over to the end shack, which but I have slept on and I still think it's fabulous. I had a lot of compliments, or a compliment from someone when I posted about it, and they say it looks great, so I'm going to take that as it's all good. So anyway, let's head through to the end, and if we fly out here and go over to the central end pillar here, we can place down a wither, and when we place down a wither, we can go and kill it, and this will be our cheesy way of doing it. Instead of doing the much harder way, which is normally with doing the normal fight normally or above ground, or doing the fight in a tunnel. So this way it cheeses it. The wither takes damage. The wither can't move. You're basically invulnerable. So let's try this. Hopefully, because I did triple check. I even went into another test world to check that this was the right configuration. So hopefully this way I'll be able to do the wither fight easily. So I will just move out of the way. Okay, that looks good. So now I should be able to go here, and swipe at the wither, and yeah, he can't hit me. So this is going to be a pretty easy wither fight, and I'll see you guys once I'm done with this, because it shouldn't take me all that long at all. Okay, there we are. We did that, and we got a wither head, so I'll keep that as a collectible in my ender chest, and most importantly, we have a nether star. So I'm going to head back to the overworld, and then we can set up my very first beacon. At the bottom of the world and a lot of iron poorer, I am about to put the beacon on this pyramid here, and it should go. Right, that's brilliant. I actually need to get my shulker box out again because I'm an idiot, and I need this. Put this in here, select phase 2, and I should be able to blitz my way through all those rocks, and that's all good. The only thing I need to do now is go and find the place I want to start digging, because the reason I set this beacon up is so I can make A, a lovely strip mine, and B, a slime chunk somewhere over here in order to get myself, of course, a bunch of slime, but that will not be the focus. But that will not be the entire focus. This is just something to set up now that I have a beacon, which I think is really nice. I want to actually build a super smelter somewhere, and that somewhere may well be above this. Because I was thinking, now this area here will be absolutely fantastic for all of my farms, right? I'll have all of those will go into here. They'll all cycle around. They'll all go in these chests. I'll have bunches and bunches of items, and I'll never really need to use anything else ever again. But for the time being, since I don't really have a starter base or a base that I'm currently at, it's probably worth building up a bit more infrastructure so I can have things like a manual sorting system. I can have a super smelter, of course. I can have like shulker box loaders and unloaders and stuff and all of that cool things, so I can have that. And I was thinking, well, let's just put it above here so I can go down a ladder or go down a water stream, go in here, get my items, go back up. Now, that would mean moving stuff like this portal here, but that'll be no worry because I can just do that. I don't need to worry about removing the portal because no one else is out here aside from me. So I'm all good on that front. But I guess there's nothing else really to do other than I'll set up a platform and start building. So me and Axolotl have decided through the executive decision that I went nether mining for netherite and did that completely off camera, so you guys have never seen any of that. But we did go netherite mining, and now we need netherite upgrades because Mojang adds a feature that is objectively very good and also objectively very bad. Anyway, we're going to go bastion hunting, and hopefully we're going to do really well.
That sounds like a good plan.
Let's try not to lose all of our stuff. Oh, I found a bastion.
Oh, cool. The coordinates.
All right, I'm going to jump on this ledge and hide. I think we should probably start, and this is from what I've seen other people say, is start from the top down. So we sort of go from the very top of the fortress to the very bottom of the fortress, killing everything in our way. Alright, got him. Let's see. Chests here, and oh, it's got the snout armor chin and the netherite template.
Ah, nice.
Oh, and 4 diamonds. Not bad. And a pair of diamond boots. I will take that.
And another ingot. Nice.
Well, I think that's... Oh, no, there's another one in the wall over there.
We've got what we need, so there's no real reason to stay.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think that's everything, and I'm gonna be honest, it's not exactly the most impressive collection.
So we'll duplicate that a whole bunch of times. Have you got netherrack on you?
I have 2 stacks of netherrack on me, funnily enough.
Oh, very convenient.
That ancient debris there has actually put me over. I now have enough for a 10th ingot. Just break
nice.
down.
How much do I have enough for? I have 18 ancient debris. Well, if you took the ancient debris and I took the netherite ingot, that would work well, I think.
Oh yeah, true. Actually, I'll give you the netherite scrap. I know, I just pocketed that. My bad. That. So I think
skull you said was mine.
I'd like that armor trim. So after that debacle, we now have our netherite, and we are looking very fancy indeed, I must say. So yeah, it is worth noting that at some point I did go and do netherite mining. I promise I'm not cheating this in. Like, really, that would be stupid. But it was sort of an off-camera thing, and I hopefully I will do more mining on camera. But I also did this platform because, as I mentioned earlier, I want to build some storage out here that isn't for my farms. So, yeah. And I think it's probably worth for me clarifying here. This area up here will be like general item storage. I think... Where's my nether portal? So over here will be my nether portal. I want to move it up here. Or actually over there, I think. Because that's where... Because nether portals make you face south, so it'd be easier to enter the storage room this way. So I want a nether portal here. And then I'll have like sort of general items on like this row, or no, general items on this row and those rows, and then like storage silos on this rows. Then in here I want a super smelter, so that's what I'm going to build first, because I really need a super smelter. And then I'm probably going to build the storage silos and stuff off camera, because those are also things I need. So yeah, I'm just going to do that really quickly. And there we are. I built it. I just figured I'd crack on and do this off camera, and it's a 32 array furnace. It does have some that are hidden from view, so not all of these are out. That's just because of the fact that it doesn't perfectly line up both ways. I'm not too happy with the way this system works here. I would much prefer to be able to select which car and then send the car off. I'm thinking of redesigns to make this system a lot more compact, but yeah, so this is the current layout for now, and I'm pretty happy with this. And unfortunately, I'm very low on time. I have to get this video uploaded. I have to edit it at first, then upload it, then render it. So unfortunately, guys, that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit of a mishmash between sort of doing the slime farm thing, getting a beacon, sort of like doing stuff around the base. It probably wasn't that much content of an episode, but I will have to say that episodes won't be as frequent for the coming weeks. That is because I have exams, so I will be very busy revising and working hard for them. So unfortunately, I won't be working videos as much. So if you don't really see like a video, or if a video comes out and it's only like 12 minutes instead of like where I try to stick to 20, that's why. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I guess I'll be seeing you in the next video. See ya.